This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Australia. I am here with the sales innovator, Steve Brossman. With nearly 4 decades of hands-on business and sales experience, he has created the expertise empire with the 6-figure networking system as he works with professionals to uncover their unique authority factor, helping them build a signature blueprint that will position them as a leader. I'm joined now with Steve, who is the multi-time best-selling author, international speaker, entrepreneur, long list. How you doing today, sir?
Mate, I feel worn out after that intro, but thanks for that great introduction. And it is awesome to be here, Gary. Can't wait for our chat.
That is excellent. I'm going to go back. That was kind of going forward. I'm going to go back. I mean, acting as a CEO for many companies in the past and teaching others through winning performance to create addictive businesses and truly profitable offline, online with social marketing, you really began your mission back then. To lead others to successfully attract high-level clients with an authority client attraction system and self-selling blueprint, you have literally turned the traditional sales process really kind of on its head. No longer having to work hard to sell prospects. Instead, your process has people coming to them really kind of already knowing why they want to do business with them. Share with us how the helping others find their unique champion within has become your mission.
Look, it started right back in '83. I opened up a health club, and you do what you normally do. You hire sales trainers to come in and teach you how to sell memberships. And I hated it. I hated the way that we were taught, you know, the pressure, the selling. I just didn't like it. And one of the things that I did within the actual health club itself, I saw different areas. I built my health club servicing people who didn't want to go to a health club. I built programs for kids, for seniors, for overweight, for decondition, for rehabilitation, for aqua. All of those areas, and finding those unique niches, doing it differently, then becoming the leader and the authority on that particular area really helped me grow my business. I franchised my kids club into 5 countries, a weight loss program into 2. And that's been the foundation all the way through to be able to help people do exactly the same. What is the unique authority? What are the unique talents? But most importantly, what is the unique value? And how can you communicate it so the buyers understand the value and you stop selling what you do? And that's been the key shift all the way along. And that's led to a lot of research that I've been doing recently.
That is excellent. So no matter if you're selling membership plans all the way to a safer ashtray out there, it's always been about doing it a little bit differently. I mean, the digital world that we now live in, we grow our personal brand, our business brand. It's much more vast and exciting than it was way back when you began, really. Although it's exciting, it's overwhelming. I mean, overwhelming as we attempt to stand out in a crowded market. Is this a challenge that really is all too common for many professionals out there?
You hit the nail on the head. You have greater tools at your disposal to connect with more people. But then again, so does so many more other people. And those of your listeners who are coaches, consultants, everybody out there, there's a conundrum. And it's easy to go and get qualifications. It's easy to get out there and call yourself that. So there's so much more competition. But everybody that I work with has their uniqueness. They have a unique way of delivering it, but they don't actually communicate the clear value. And I've got a saying, clarity creates cash. And when you can communicate with clarity the real value, and your audience understands the value, you really actually stop selling. And there's two energies that we're going to be talking about very quickly in this. There's your personal magnetic energy. Now, if you don't have clarity about who you are, what you do, and why you are different and the value that you deliver, you've got no clarity, you've got no confidence, and therefore you've got no energy out there. And then there's the buyer's energy. Because when you've got your own personal magnetic energy, the buyer gets excited when you display the energy on, yes, I'm clear, I know that I can provide value for you, and I can communicate it in a way that you understand. It's like, I've got to work with that person. And all the neuroscience that I've been studying is how to understand the buyer better, not how to sell better. And when we ask the people, would you rather have people come to you and buy, or would you rather get out there and sell and push? And it's always, I want people to buy from me.
I've always said people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. You just got to tap into that energy. I mean, in sitting down with thousands of entrepreneurs myself, I find all of them are great at what they do, but only a small handful can articulate and sell to others why they're great. I mean, I'm curious, is this the same thing that you find as well?
Absolutely. A very quick example from somebody that I started working with only 2 weeks ago. She has her business, very successful, but in essence, she's virtually a service provider, and she feels as if she's a service provider. But when we did the deep dive on who she was and what her background is, it was phenomenal. She was a world leader in certain areas, but it was hidden. She said, oh, but I just do this. I said, no. So we recommunicated, repositioned and repackaged what it was she did. In the next week, she got 5 high-level brand new clients for over $35,000. The following week, we said, let's repackage it again. We added 50% to her fees, and then she tripled one sale because she communicated the value of what she was doing, not actually the delivery of the services. So she's gone from a service provider earning low fees to actually hit the top and added $74,000 in 2 weeks. And wow. No extra advertising, no extra sales training. It's the repositioning and the repackaging and that clarity of communication.
I mean, so I see a lot of folks jump into know thy client, but you have to know what you're really providing before you go looking for that client, because you're going to find the wrong one. I mean, let's face it. It is a noisy digital landscape out there. The consumer is numb to the traditional approach that everyone and their dog is doing. Why is trust and becoming an authority critical to rise above the noise of what your competitor is offering?
Well, I talk about the brown box syndrome. And the brown box syndrome is if you call yourself a coach, a trainer, if you call yourself by your title or your occupation, you're a brown box. You're sitting on the shelf with all the other brown boxes. But if you can pull out your uniqueness on what you are an authority on, because you are an authority on something uniquely that you do, then people will see, yeah, this is a person that is not just a coach, a trainer, a consultant. You're the. When you move from an A to a the, people will respect you more. The buying energy goes up because you're not just talking to another one of those. You're not sitting on the shelf with all of them, and you're not being compared on price.
Wow. I mean, this is a success blueprint that will establish really a point of difference that makes you stand out from your competition. This self-selling blueprint is one that is bankable. I mean, not just feel-good blue ribbons, but we're talking about green ribbons that allow sustainable success.
One of the questions that I get asked, and so many people say, but I feel pushy selling. The quick answer to that is because you're selling the box. You're selling what you do, and you're trying to push the value up so they will see value in what it is that you deliver, how many hours, consulting, etc. But the way we work with people is to uncover what is agreed, implementable value through collaboration. And so we will work together. We've got a complete framework, not a script, a framework. We'll get together and say, Gary, if we did this in your business, what would it mean to you? Can you tell me? And we calculate whether it's emotive value or financial value. We'll do that 2 or 3 times. And we get to the end of the conversation and say, look, Gary, if we were to put this system, not me because I'm good, if we were to put this system into your business, from what you've said, that's going to add an extra X thousand per month. You're going to feel this, save this, do this. Should we get started? Now, the agreed implementable value will be significantly higher than the cost, potential investment. So you're coming down. You're feeling as if you're giving better value than what they're paying for instead of pushing up the box value. So when you're selling and collaborating on the agreed implementable value, you feel as if you're giving and you feel so good. And you're serving them, not, I've just got to push out, oh, but wait, there's more. There's some more hours and there's some more CDs and there's some more DVDs. Yeah, give them the kitchen sink. That's where the pushy comes from.
We're talking the push becomes a pull. You're dealing with the natural, basically, energy that people understand the value you're bringing. I mean, the concepts you teach, they're a science and an art to selling. And regardless if you're in person, virtually, online, or offline, I mean, this works across the board for anyone and anywhere, correct?
I always hate to use the word anyone, but the answer is it's got to be 99.9% yes. And for those who get it and want to really serve their people and they believe in what they do and they want to work on themselves and they don't want a quick fix. They don't want, give me a script, I just want to sell more. No, I really want to serve and add value to the people I want to work with. So for those people, yes, this works.
I mean, you have built several 6- and 7-figure businesses. You have tapped into the wisdom of world-leading marketers. You've come away with a magnetic digital marketing that over 18,000 instructors, coaches, consultants have benefited from. Does this work for a single consultant all the way up to a multi-billion-dollar corporation? And do you work with all of them?
The answer is yes. It does, and I've had one girl who was of an ethnic minority, wanted to become a life coach. She was she was giving away her coaching course. She couldn't sell it. We created her blueprint, and she was helping those of her ethnicity in the community assimilate into the community. We built her blueprint. She said, Steve, this is just life-changing. I don't have to sell myself anymore. And I was going from a live event back to home, which was a 2-hour plane ride. By the time I got home, she'd sold 2 high-priced coaching programs that she'd never done before. So an absolute brand new single person life coach. And I do consult to high-level companies as a micro sales enablement strategist. I can go in and see where there's energy breakdowns in the funnel. We had one company that had the ads, they had the appointment setters, they had the whole funnel flowing, and they said, Steve, can you work with our sales team, please? And I looked at it and I said, there's an energy breakdown here. The appointment setters were getting paid on how many appointments they were setting. But they were setting anybody. There was no energy coming out of the appointment. So we did 2 hours of training, set a new KPI on the energy coming off that call to go in to talk to the salesperson. They added $200,000 in 6 months, and they had to cut back their advertising because their closing rates and referral rates were so much higher. So when I work with larger organizations, it's in those, where's the energy breakdown and where's the micro sales enablement strategies that I can help you with.
That's a good problem to have to cut down on advertising, showing something's working. So really, it's a lot easier for you to analyze the individual than go through that entire funnel analyzing that energy, but you can work with both. I mean, honestly, I've interviewed some of the best entrepreneurs in the United States and had to expand worldwide to find someone who actually built a business from scratch to 6 figures in under 1 year in a foreign country, all during COVID. I mean, all simply networking, really. When did the light go on for you and you say, I can help so many others experience something similar possibly?
Yeah, well, I was sitting here in Australia at the beginning of COVID, and what was happening, and you would have seen it, there were so many salespeople, coaches, consultants that had to go online. And they weren't familiar. I've got a TV and video background of over 20 years. And I thought, well, I can help people get in front of the camera. I can help them with some sales training. I can actually package on how they can do virtual selling better and easier than what they've done before. So I started off with one contact, one networking event. I wrote a 30-minute read, The Back Pocket Guide to Virtual Selling. and started there. And because there was clarity, there was a pain, there was a need, and I had confidence. I was in those networking events and people would come to me and say, Steve, I loved what you said, but I just loved your energy. And that's what I saw in networking events, is people would get in there and they would read their script and I am passionate about, and you think they need a defibrillator, not anything else. It's like, well, get some energy. And that's how I turned it into just under 10 months, a six-figure business, not only helping the businesses that I was working with, but helping people network better. And the people that employ what we teach just get out there and they explode their business.
I mean, I teach my kids that the road to failure is paved with well intentions. I see so many professionals out there staying busy, socializing. They're not professional networking. They're fearful to collaborate without being too pushy. Why is a system like the six-figure system ensure you're not simply just a social club leader and walking away empty-handed?
Well, the first thing is the energy that you portray, and it's going to be different. If you really have that personal magnetic energy, you know who you are unique, you can compellingly communicate the difference and the value that you deliver. But not only that, most people go to networking events virtually the same as they used to face-to-face. They're virtually running around the rooms trying to hand out their business card for one thing only: I want to pick up a client. Now, I've got 4 Ps that I teach and I live by whenever I'm in a networking event. Is this person going to promote me? Is this person going to partner with me? Is this person going to purchase from me? Or are we going to pass on? Is this somebody that I could refer to somebody else? Or are they going to refer to me? So when you go into a conversation with the 4 Ps in your mind, what's going to happen here? In the last 3 months, we've got a 6, 7, and an 8-figure collaboration, all coming from networking, because we were open to the 4 Ps, not who's going to buy from me, who's going to buy from me, who's going to buy from me.
I understand. I mean, no one plans to fail, yet they fail to plan is still timeless wisdom. I mean, with your selling blueprints, your networking systems, your help in revealing each of your clients' authority factor, I mean, a plan does exist. Steve, you help others build their own signature blueprint. You're passionate about leveraging the positioning power of business game changers like Amazon and the communication value of even video like we're doing here today, teaching business owners to stand up, stand out, find their unique champion within. This has to be rewarding work for you.
I get up every day excited. I absolutely get up every day excited. And some of the changes, the light bulbs, and the ability to just tweak a few things, most of the things that I work with my people on are not techie and they're not costly. They're before any of that: the positioning, the packaging, creating your unique signature blueprint, and on the back end, being able to have the right conversations so you both enjoy it. I talk about sales bliss, when you both enjoy the journey and you are both excited about the sale. And that is when you know that you've done a great job with your people, because they get off, they say, Steve, I've just nailed a high-level client and I didn't feel like I was selling. That is my greatest reward.
That is a fantastic mission. I hope we can collaborate in the future more. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see their website. On the website, you're going to see services he provides. I mean, if you're struggling to stand out in a crowded market, I mean, if you're getting frustrated having to justify your fees, trust me, you are not alone. Like so many, you are good at what you do, but you struggle when it comes to selling yourself. You need to check out the reviews on his website. Reach out today for the blueprint and system that will reveal you as an authority in your industry. Once again, that is the sales innovator, Steve Brossman, turning your credibility into clients. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.